Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is another modification video for Tata Tigor. I ordered this Cardi Symphony K4 active ambient lighting, as you can see. So from a long time I have been planning to install the ambient lighting in my car. So now as you can see, I have opened this box for ambient lighting. You can see the content inside the box. By the way, this is the 18x1 type of ambient lighting. That means it will have a 4 LED lights in a bottle holder, 4 LED lights in a footwell, 4 LED lights on the door handle, and 4 strips for the each door panel, and one large and one small strip for the dashboard. So I'll show you the content inside this. So here you get some double-sided tape. This is for installation of this controller, and then this 3M type of tape for the dashboard installation, and there is a small pry tool, and these are the 4 LED strips which I was talking about. So these are the for 4 door, and this is the smaller one. So mainly the purpose is that our dashboard is not a uniform. So in between, on a right hand side we have a steering wheel, so it is not uniform in most of the Indian cars. So in that case there is very small portion remains always in a dashboard. So for that purpose this smaller LED strip is given, and this is the larger LED strip. You can see it is, I'll say, close to 1 meter long LED strip. Now talking about the controller, so you see this is the master controller. By the way, this is work like a master and slave. So here you can see the master controller. This will be installed under the dashboard. So I'll quickly open up the complete wiring. Okay, so as you can see, there are total 3 connections for the master. This one is for the dashboard lighting, this another one is also for dashboard lighting, and this is the source wire, positive and negative. So we will do the I'll show you the wiring diagram for this. And so this is like a input, and this 1 2 3 is the output. So this one goes to the dashboard, and this one for the all the footwells. So this will be installed in the footwell, all the 4 footwells, that is 2 below the dashboard and 2 below passenger seats, a driver seat and passenger seat. And it comes with a 3 LED. These are the RGB type LED, so that it will create the multiple color. Now as this carton say, it is a 64 color smart DIY. So once I'll install, I'll let you know. And then this is the another lighting which I was talking about. So in this also the similar configuration, like this one will be installed in the handle, this one will be installed in the door bottle holder, and this one will be connected to one of these LED string. So you can see this is the female coupler, this is the male coupler, and again this is the power supply source. So I'll say there are total 4 controller. So this is act as a master controller, and this is the slave controller. You can see it is written over here, main module, which will be installed inside the dashboard, and this will be installed in each of the door panel. So these work wirelessly, that is this controller not needed to connected with this controller. There is an app as well, dedicated app. You can see this is the manual for the installation for various type. This is the door light, then this is a light bar as I said, then handle light. So this is the complete installation manual this is the thing, what is the do and don'ts, and this is the QR code for the app and all the warranty description. So this is the complete wiring and all the LEDs for the Symphony. I'll once again show you the box. So it says K4 Symphony. So this light I ordered from the Blaze India. I seen multiple reviews and YouTube videos, and this is mostly available in a North Delhi side, because I tried to get these lights in Pune or Mumbai region, mostly in a west side, but I'm afraid to say that they were asking the price almost double of what I got from Blaze. So I got this light from Blaze India for around 8500 rupees, which is quite cheap. Daily people were the accessory guys, all the big guys, all the V2 videos you see, they were asking for around 11,000 rupees home delivered. This is 8,500 home deliver. And in the Pune, I inquired for these lights as well. So for this same K4 model, they were asking around 13,000 for 10 into or 14 into one piece. That is, it will not have this door handle light, just a 14 piece. And for 18K they were asking around 17,000, and with installation it was around 19 to 20,000, which is highly expensive. Means they are simply looting the people. And when I connected with one of my friends, so he told me that these lights cost dirt cheap. Means they are costing the people, the one who's procure them in a bulk, it cost them around 4 to 5,000 rupees max. Still this is expensive, he said, but then it is okay, because 8500 is much cheaper than the 11,000 which is Delhi guy asking, and pretty much cheaper, almost half, for the Pune guy who is asking. So now after we done the unboxing, we will do the testing of this ambient lighting, and I'll show you how actually it works. So you see, I have connected all the positive terminal at one end, which is connected to the red wire, and all the negative terminal at one end, which is connected to black wire. And this is the connected to this socket. So inside is always, if you are aware, is a positive and outside is negative. And I am using my laptop charger for testing these. You can see all the voltage requirement and all. So I will turn off the light and then I'll show you how it boot ups. So now you can see this is how it glows when it starts. So this is how it looks. You see, this is the point which will be installed in a bottle holder, and this one will be installed in a door handle, and this is the LED stream. You see, it is very thin. I'll say it is thinner than your coin as well. So now this is not connected to the app, but you can see this is how it moves. I'll turn off them and once again I'll show you how it boots up. This looks very good and very amazing. So once we install these lights on our car, it will be very amazing. So now what I'll do, we will go open the door panels, both front and rear of our car, and then we will start installing one by one. By the way, this is the brightness under the light, so it is very bright, you can see. So let's go to the car and open the panel. Now we are in our car. So now I'm starting from the rear door. So here you will see there are total 4 screws which you need to unscrew. So first screw will be over here. You need to use the pry tool like this to pry this. You can see one notch over here, so just put it into this notch. Yeah, put this and it will come off easily. So there is one big screw over here. Once you remove this screw, you need to remove the connector for this mirror switch, rear glass window, power window switch. Another screw is over here. Here also you will see one groove, so you will again need to use this smaller section of pry tool. And then another screw is right here, and next screw inside this panel, which is a big screw. So size wise I'll say only big screw is over here, then size of this one screw over here and another over here is same, and this one is a very small one. The good part is that this door handle don't come off with this panel. I have already opened one panel door, so you can see. So here one disadvantage is that we need to make a separate hole over here for the door installation, door LED light installation. This is the total how it looks. So as I said, one screw is over here, one screw is over here, another screw will be over here, and next screw will be over here. Now one thing you need to keep in your mind that this, the part portion over here is easily, it could get dislocated, or you can miss it. So this is the part, so this sits like this. Yeah, so it goes like this and it holds the screw. So you have to carefully keep this part, because if you lose it, your panel will start vibrating from the bottom. So I used this car dustbin to keep all the small trim and screw parts. So likewise, this is how we need to open the rear door. Opening is pretty simple. Just unscrew all the 4 screws and there will be a push type clips. You just need to use one of this trim pry tool, so it will be easy. Once this thing get removed from one end, it will be easy. Just pull them and it will be easy. You don't need to unscrew this part to remove the door panel. So now we come to the front door of our car. So in order to open the front door as well, there are total 3 number of screws. One, 2, this one screw over here, one screw over here, and one in the bottom over here, as you can see here. So we need to follow the same process. Now for opening any trim parts, I'll highly recommend to buy these pry tools, because if you are a very skilled person, you can able to use your minus or Phillips screwdriver, but it will make scratches. So now you can see I have opened the front door panel. Same process I need to follow. Open this one screw over here, then 2 screws over here, one over here and another over here, and then that's it, only 3 screws. Now one thing you need to keep in your mind is that whenever you are doing this type of DIY, just buy these extra 5 or 10 pieces. You see, while opening this panel, this orange one is pretty hard type of the trim. I have already bought 10 of them from the service center, so there is no any issue. I'll just replace this damaged one. And also unfortunately the product which I bought is broken. So if you want just a Kaam Chalao thing, then you can buy it for some 300 rupees. This is a 300 rupees product. But if you want a very good quality and if you are a professional installer, I'll recommend to pay some more money and get very good quality of these trim remover tools. So now we have removed all the 4 door panels from our car. You can see. So next step will be installing all the lights strips in this portion and then small lights over this portion. So next I will show you the installation process for this installation of lights. So first we have started with a rear door panel, and now as I started installing these strips, one thing I found is the problem creating installing this LED strip is the fabric. Now as my car is a XZ Plus top end, so it comes with this fabric lining on this door pad. So due to this, whenever I try to install any pry tool or something, it has very minimal gap. Means over here you can see I can expand this portion, but when I come here it is getting very much challenged. I'll show you what is the thickness. So you can see this is the thickness of fabric. I'll turn on, yeah. So this fabric thickness is almost 1 mm, as you can see over here. So whatever the gap we have here I can able to install the strip over here, but when I try to install it in this portion from this end to this end, it is making very difficult, or I'll say impossible. Now one of my friend Alok, he also did the same installation in his Tigor, but he has an advantage like he do not have this fabric lining, so he get that 1 mm extra gap, and you can see this strip. So this is the portion which will be going in the groove. So now I have decided that I'll cut down this strip, because the installation he did was he started from this portion and then totally routed up to this end. But in my case, due to this fabric, it is getting almost impossible. And other thing is that I do not have any clearance as well, because this portion is completely glued, you can see. So what I have done, I have cut down the strip. This is the starting point. So almost I have cut down around 4 to 5 inch of this gap, you can see over here. And one more thing, I got this fabric tape from Durvent website, which is very good, which is used in your car electrical. So I install a fabric tape over this end to avoid light break, like the stock has this. And also at the start of this wiring I install this fabric tape, because here when I start installing this, I'll just expand this panel so you will get idea. By the way, installing these lights in this Tata panel is very difficult, because this is being confirmed by one of my other friend as well. He who installed these lights K3 version in his Tiago, and he said that accessory guy was literally in the end gave up on installing on this group, because the panel is so hard and tolerances are very minimal, unlike the Maruti car where you can easily flex this panel. But this panel are pretty much sturdy. Even if I stand on this panel, they will not bend easily. So this is very hard panel. Good job Tata for this. And other thing, he suggested that keep this panel in the sunlight, but I tried that, I even tried that thing, but the panel gets heated only, but it doesn't get bent, unlike Maruti car where you can, if you keep the panel or car in a sunlight, the panel gets wobbling or flexy. But in Tata case, not possible. So what I'm doing, this is the trick Alok told me, that I'm keeping it on the edge. So here is my foot. I kept some cloth beneath to avoid the fabric damage or dirt, and I'll be doing like this. So bending, allowing, putting the pressure on this, and then whatever the gap is created, you can see there is a small gap is created. So I'll be installing the light. And other thing is that this panel is starting from this point. So due to that, I have to start my strip from this start point and end my strip at this corner. So this is the only gap I have to play with. Another problem which I observed is that this panel is not at all straight. You can see this is totally curved. So it is starting from here and then gets it tapered over this edge. So it will be a very good challenge installing this strip in a straight line, because these are not your EL wire. EL wire has a flexibility rubber like, so that you can easily install them, but in this case these are straight, so there is no any chance you can, horizontally yes you can flex it whatever however you want, but in vertical direction like in this way it is almost impossible to bend it. So I'll install this and then I'll show you the how it looks after installation. So here you can see I finished the rear door panels. Now what I observed, that right side driver side door panel was not flexing very easily, so due to which you see it is still flush fitted from this portion totally inside up to this portion where it is pretty out. So what I'm going to do is I'll apply some Fevikwik. Still it is, I'll say, almost from here to here, almost 2/3 of the strip is inside, only this part is outside. So I'll apply some Fevistick and in this way it will stick there. In case of left door, it is completely flush fit. You see no strip outside, only this portion is outside, which I tried very hard to put it inside. I'll once again try, but it is kind of difficult, I see, because I feel that this is the rear. I'll show you how it looks. So these are not bolted on or something. These are two panel. This is black upper panel and this is lower panel. So this is kind of they have melted and bolted. This is same thing which big during the big bridge construction, metal construction they use. They rivet. Yes, they have riveted this thing, hot rivet. So you see at some point not much rivetation is done, and at some other point it is pretty hard. So due to this, the panel flexing capability also varies. So at this portion it was not much, but at this portion it was pretty hard. So this is how this panel is done for rear. Now for the front section I'll be using complete strip, and this is how I'm going to install. One thing is that on this portion, on both the end, in all the four doors, there will be some protrusion. So if I insert around, this is the amount of leverage I have on the edge, while if I go in the middle it goes double of that. So this is on the edge and this is inside the door on this middle of the portion, due to which I was able to put the strip completely inside. Now if you have a normal Tiago or normal Tigor without this fabric, then it will be the complete flush fit, because as I said, this fabric is accounting almost 1 mm of gap. So that 1 mm gap matters a lot. You can easily see how thick it is. This is for the reference. So yeah, so you can understand it is almost half of this pry tool, and this gap matters a lot. So in case you have normal Tiago, normal Tigor without any fabric or leatherette, the new XZ Plus gets a leatherette, so it will be easy for you for installing this. But if you have any leatherette or something, then it will be pretty difficult or hassle for you, and in case of leather the chances of getting torn is pretty high. So what I'll recommend, get it done from professional installer who knows how to do it, because once again installing these things on Tata door panel, it's pretty hard. That's what I'm the fourth person who is saying this thing. Already there are few people who, even if you see from very far away, it is not easily visible. And one tip I would like to give is that if you are installing in front door, then start from this end, okay, and you have to leave almost a 1.5 inch gap, because at this point, as I said, there is a protrusion. That's why you may not able to flush fit it. You can able to start from here, but I left this gap because this complete portion is hidden under the AC vent and door. So I have started from here. And another thing is that just push any end inside, then it will be easy to insert all the strip. If you start inserting from the middle, then it will be very difficult for you. So just push this complete one end at the inside, and then it will be easy to keep pushing all the strip inside. Another trick is that if you push very hard, the strip may go totally inside. So this will give a very bad effect, like only this portion will be out, and this portion is the middle portion will be very inside, so it will give inconsistent look. This happened with me when I installed this and booted up this with a light. So up to this point the portion is completely visible, but this portion was completely inside. So for that I need to remove this strip completely, and removing this strip is also not very easy. You need to bend this panel, flex this panel easily, and you need to use some plier, small nose plier, to pull out. Once you pull out, then it will be easy to remove this strip. So this is the one tip. So this is how installing the front door. Similar thing, rear door. I have already specified that the length, there is a length issue. You can see this is the thing I'm talking about. So this is available, this is provided in all the doors. So you cannot start your strip from here, you have to start from this end. So I did the same thing, started from here, pushed very hard inside this. Once I able to push this strip inside, then it was a very easy job to push inside. See, from here you cannot see there is any strip, but here you can see. This is because this strip is straight and the panel is curved. And here, as I said, this is the thing I did. Now I did one trick thing, that I install this tape, fabric tape, so this wire is not visible, or else your blue, red, black wire will be visible. And then I routed the wire through here, and this is the outside. So now there is another item which we need to install for this. That item is these lights. So this, it will be installed in such a way that this will be mounted over here. This will be power supply. This will be connected to this portion. This will be for door handle, and this light will be installed over here. I have already done marking for this rear door, and for front door I have already drilled hole over here. So for front door it will not get in touch with any, because in the rear door we have this notch. So our bottles are not directly touching the ground, so that's why I'm putting it here. It will be placed over here in this mid section, whereas for the front, I don't know if you're able to see it, you can see the hole. So the bottle will not touch to this. So I will do the complete wiring and installation of all these lights for 4 door, and then I'll show you the final result with all lights glowing. So here you can see I have done all the wiring and installation of all the sub modules on each of the door. So this one is the right side door and this one is the left side doors. So you see this is the bottle holder small LED, which is then properly routed to this sub module. This is the power cable, which I'll do connection later. This wire goes to the strip and this wire goes to door handle. This is temporary install now, but when we go to the car we will drill the hole in the door handle and then we will do this installation. In similar way I have replicated each and every wire routing. If you see, this is on another door and this is the back door. So you see this is the power cable, this is the bottle holder LED, same way bottle holder LED, and this is the power cable. So this wiring is done in order to avoid any kind of fiddling with the interior of a door panel. So now this is how it looks. Now I will connect all the doors with a power supply and then show you how it looks when it light up. So now we will be lighting up all the doors. So this is how it looks when all the doors light up. Now you may not see the top one because all are horizontally placed. If I place them in a vertical fashion then you will get idea, but due to wire shortage I have connected all the 4 doors. So this is how it looks. Now next part will be installing these door panel on a door, wiring for power supply of these LEDs, ambient lighting from car power source from fuse box, and I'll be installing a latching type switch smaller in the below AC console so that I can turn it off or on whenever I need. So now we are in a next step of installing this ambient lighting. For this we need to do the wiring. Now the part is that there are very tight tolerances in each and every portion of the Tata car. So now I have to route the wire for rear door from this coupling and through this it will come out over here from here. So for that you will need a long thick string, metal string, so that you can pull the wire from this coupler right over here, and then buy this very thin wire, because if you use your normal 1 square mm wire then it will be very difficult to pass this wire. Here you can see after a lot of hustle I learned one thing, that you can detach this coupler from here. This is the top side, so you need to press this latch so it will unlock it, and in this way here you can see there are total 4 locks, 1 2 3 4. So start pressing one by one and then this will come off easily. Now I have used one steel wire which is pretty thick, and in this way you can see other end of the wire. So I have inserted the steel wire into this. I'll tape both of these wire to this end and then I'll pull off, so that these wires will come from this coupler. I'll show you once I route this wire through. Here you can see the final result. Now one thing you need to keep in your mind is that always, if you want to route the wire through this coupler, then buy this very thin wire because it is useful. It has a advantage and disadvantage as well. Now advantage is that as these wires are thin, then it will not make any big hassle. Only hassle you will have is putting the wire string through it and getting the wire pull from here. But disadvantage is that as these wires are pretty thin, the chances of these wires getting break easily is very high, so you have to be careful while working with this wire. As my friend suggested, I tried to put the wire from above side. You will see here is the notch, but the issue is that I feel this coupler is made in such a way that this rubber comes with this coupler, because I try first attempt I try putting this coupler inside and then put the rubber coupling over here, but I was not able to get it done. So now what I did, I removed this coupler, put this boot inside or inside the coupler inside the boot, and then I found these there are two holes available. So what I did, I routed this wire through this hole, so now it is completely flush fitting, so there won't be any hassle, because I think that if we put a wire from this end, then there will be some issue getting this thing inside, and it has a pretty very small groove. So I guess that was the thing making the trouble. That wasn't a case in this on this end. So I'll pull this inside, and then I'll show you the final result, how it looks. So after a lot of hustle, I managed to put wire through this coupler, and this is how it looks, totally flush fit. Now before putting this tape, I'll check the continuity of the wire to understand if the wire is broken out. So now as we have finished with our wiring, I had the full proper sealing of this hole as it was earlier. Also this plastic tape was torn, so I applied the fabric tape so that it will be completely flush fit. Now before putting all the panel, I need to check the continuity of the wire, if it is anywhere shorted or not. So for that I am using the multimeter. I have already connected one tip to the red tip. This is at this position you need to keep your multimeter, red one at the middle and black one as a bottom. Now put it in this mode. Okay, it is now showing 1. So now whenever I touch, you will hear beep, so it means the wire is not shorted. So in this way I can check both the wire, and both the wires are showing continuity. So this is the additional precautionary measure I am taking, because once we fit this panel, and if we found that if any wire is broken or shorted, then it will be a big task, because this complete thing almost took 1 hour to disassemble the seat, remove this panel, and get these things done. So this is the way. Now I'll move to the front door, because I have decided that I have opened this left side of a seat. Then I'll do the left door side, and also I'll get an idea how to get it done, because once I know how to do it, now it will be easy for me to get the right side of a door, this wiring done. So I'll show you the front door. For installing front, I was thinking it is pretty hard, but it is pretty easy. So again I have took a 1 meter wire, and then now here we have one advantage, is that we do not have any sort of coupler inside this. It is just a plain wire. So I have inserted cable over here, and I have already done the prep of this wire. So I'll pull this wire from inside. So here you can see the final result. This is the wire for power supply of rear door ambient lighting. I'll be drilling hole over here for the door handle lights. The wires are routed from here. I have completely sealed it, and then used the cloth tape. This is very good quality tape, and I'll highly recommend to get this if you want to do any wiring. And here you can see I have installed this illuminated scrub plate. So this wire is also bundled with this, and I have made this wire look like a factory fitting. Front door, as I have already shown how to do the wire routing, so I have taken almost a 1 meter wire, the ambient light already have a wire, and this wire also I have taken, so in case we open the door it will be easy to do all the maneuver, which will I guess difficult for the rear, but let's see. And from inside I'll show you how it is done. So pardon me for the bad camera angle because the wiring is too tight. So here you can see this red and black wire, and this is how it is done inside. And also I have left some extra wire inside, so in case there is any door movement, it won't be any issue. Okay, so I'll tap this wire, and this wire will come to the switch over here, which I'll be installing later. In the same way we will do it for the right side. For left side I'll now pack up all the things and install the seat, and then I'll show you the right side result. As you can see, I have finished the wiring for each of the doors. This is the wiring for here, this is the wiring for right side door, and for each of the door you can see the wiring over there. So now our next step will be making a hole over here, which I'll be doing via drill machine, and I am using these Scotch lock connectors. So this one will be, I'll put it over here and I'll install this door. Here you can see I have finished the right hand side door, and this is how this lighting looks. This is installed inside door handle, this one, and this one is a LED strip. I'll turn on the flash. This is the temporary wiring I did for testing purpose. So once I install all the four doors, then I'll do the final wiring. So on inside, as I said, I am using these Scotch locks on the door and as well as the panel side, and I have made this hole, you can see. So with this hole I'll install the door handle light. Before applying before putting that light, you need to apply some Fevikwik over here, else it will not fit. So this is how you need to do the doors. I'll install all the four doors and then I'll show you the final. So here you can see the wiring to power this ambient lighting. You can see I'm using this fuse tab. Earlier it was used for the fog light. You can see I am using 10 ampere switches. This is the location. So I'm inserting this fuse tab in this. So here you can see I have done the wiring. So what I did, I am taking this power cable as a power supply. Then this is the earthing, which is the earlier earthing. As you can see, this is the wiring. These are the four wire which are coming from the right side. This red wire is the power supply wire, blue wire is for supply to the fog light, and then this thin red wire you can see, this is to supply right side of the door, and then this thin black wire is the earth. So what I did, I combined this one wire for the, you can see, for the left side, this is the right side, and this is the main module wire. I connected this wire to this NO contact and the LED positive supply. So when I turn on this LED, this will get turned on, as well as it will supply the power to all the ambient lighting modules. Then this is the another switch I'm using. So what I did, I did the same thing. This as you can see, LED positive supply and normally open, middle one is a normally open, and right side is a LED power supply. So I connected these to this fog light So once I press the switch, it will turn on the fog light. And then this yellow wire is the power supply wire, which is a common wire, with what we call common, which is connected to this bottom switch, bottom pin for both the bulb holder. And then this is the black wire. Again I did the same thing. So this thin wire is tapped with left side of the ambient lighting wire, then this thin wire is the right side, and this one is to the right side of the fuse box. So in this way I have connected all these wires. So now what I'll do, I'll install all the switches over here, and then I'll also install the dashboard center lining ambient light, and then I'll show you the final result. So now, as we have finished with installation of all the lightings, all the wiring, I'll show you the final output in a night mode. I'll simply turn on the switch. This is the switch, and this is how it puts up. So you can see how it looks at the night. Now due to camera, it is not capturing the lights properly, but let me tell you, these lights are very bright, and it does give the proper ambient feeling. This is how it looks from backside. Next, I'll show you how to use the app and app interface with this lighting. So as you can see, this is the final output of all the ambient lighting installed in the car. You can see footwell lights are also installed, and I decided to install the footwell lights in a front side only, because on the rear side these ambient lighting are quite strong, so this is making a lot of light in a car, which I don't want. So this is complete dashboard right on the right side. And also I have installed the dedicated switch. You see this light is now off. This light I have turned on. This is how it looks. Good thing about this light is that it has a symbol. This is the for fog light, rear fog light, and this is for ambient light. So these lights can be turned off by the app as well, but the issue with the app is that if you turn off by app, then next time when you restart the car, you need to turn it on from the app itself. Advantage with this switch is that you can set whatever mode you want with this ambient light and then turn it off. Once you turn it off, it will turn on and it will remain in the same mode. If it is a music mode, it will remain in the music mode itself. Now I'll show you the app interface. Now we will see the app interface. For this you need to download this LED lamp app. So once you download it, you need to turn on the Bluetooth. It will start scanning. Now you see I'm changing the lights. I can also increase or decrease the brightness. Here we have multiple mode, like if you keep the white toggle switch on a LED and turn off, all the lights are turned off. If you turn on, then in a BLE mode, if you turn off, only bottom light and door holder lights will turn off. then turn on. And in a DMX mode, if you turn off the bottle holder, footwell and the handle door bar lights will remain on, and the strip will remain get off. So this is a good feature. So in a night driving, if anyone don't want these footwell lights or handlebar or this bottle holder light, they can turn it off. Then these are the various mode. Now again here it is a BLE. So for BLE you can choose different mode, which is shown over here, right? Red gradient, blue gradient. So this mode will work independently, as you can see now. Color is changing. And in DMX mode there are different modes. So now forward remain, forward 7. This is how these different modes work. So this is a good feature, that if you want these these lights with a red or cyan color, you can keep it cyan and it will keep glowing and DMX. And then there is a custom mode and there is a music mode. So music mode, you can see now I am talking, it is making changes. I'll turn on the radio.
इस विंटर ब्रेक को थोड़ा और कोजी बनाओ मिर्ची प्लस पर पूरे विंटर बस रोमांटिक स्टोरी सुनते जाओ. मिर्ची recommends the 5 romantic shows. Number 1, Alisa. Number 2, Unsaid Rishte. Number 3, Ganga.
You've seen how this mode works. So there are multiple light configuration also we can do by our own. You just need to select +1 and then you can select whichever the custom light you want, and it will with a brightness setting as well. If you want this let's say this blue, this shade, this particular shade, and the brightness at less, then confirm. So this will make this shade. So this is how this app interface looks like. Hope you guys like this video of installation and working of ambient lighting. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day.